Hello everyone, welcome to Equal To, and this is the 16th video of our number systems playlist. And in the last video, we have solved a couple of questions from exercise 1.4 and we are going to continue doing that. Now this is the third question of exercise 1.4 and this is a quite what you can say a theoretical question. There is nothing calculation involved here. It's just a very theoretical question and I'm going to give you the explanation here. Okay, let me just read you the question first. Recall, pi is defined as a ratio between the circumference of a circle by its diameter. That is, pi is equal to c divided by d, meaning circumference divided by diameter. This seems to contradict the fact that pi is irrational. How will you resolve this contradiction? Okay, now generally you can assume a circle where the circumference and the diameter both to be a rational number, okay, and dividing them might end up with a rational number. But why are we actually telling that it is irrational? Now what happens is, how do you usually measure the circumference or diameter? We use a ruler or something that we use as a measuring device, right? Now when you measure using such measuring devices, those measuring devices actually measure in terms of rational numbers. Okay, so those measuring devices, for example a ruler that has these measurements, right? So this is in terms of rational numbers. So when using a measuring instrument that measures only in rational numbers, you would only get a rational number as the measurement. So in that case, the circumference and the diameter both would be a rational number, and hence you would be coming up with the value of pi that is rational. But that is not actually the right method to do so, right? Because we are measuring using a instrument that measures only rational numbers. So actually, in fact, they are irrational numbers, but you are measuring it to the closest rational number, and that is why you are getting pi's value to be rational. So it is not actually contradicting. Pi is in fact irrational. It's just that we are measuring it wrongly and considering it as a rational number. So that is the reason for this nominal. Okay, so I hope you understood this. There is no calculation or nothing complex here. It's just a very simple basic explanation that we are measuring in terms of rational numbers, and that is why the ratio that we get for pi is rational, but actual value of pi is irrational. Okay, now moving on to the next question. This would be an interesting question for you. Okay, so this is going to be a construction sort of thing. So I think you need a compass, so get ready with that. Okay, now what the question is, you are going to represent root of 9.3 in a number line. Okay, sounds quite intriguing, right? This is not actually that difficult. Let me tell you how you can do this very easily. Okay, now we are going to draw a line, and what you are going to do is, you are going to take one point, you are going to mark it as O, and you are going to measure 9.3 units from that. Okay, 9.3 units from that O point. Okay, let this be A. Okay, so let this point be A here. Now what I am going to do is, I am going to mark another point here, that is 1 centimeter from A. Okay, it's 1 centimeter. This is 9.3 centimeter, and that we are marking another point that is 1 centimeter from A. Let this point be B. Okay, let this point be B. Now what you are going to do is, let me just clear this up. This might this might be confusing for you, so let us try it with an arrow here. now you don't have to do this in your paper like this, you can just mark it right away. Let this be A, and this length is 9.3 centimeters, and again this length, sorry, it ends up right here. Okay, so this length is again 1 centimeter. Okay, so those are the two measurements that we have. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take this O and B, you're going to divide it in half and take the midpoint. Okay, now let me mark that midpoint here with the red color and let that be C. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to take this C as the center point and take OC as the radius, or OB as the radius for that matter, sorry, CB as the radius for that matter, because that is the midpoint, right? So you can take any of that as the radius and you are going to draw a circle. Okay, this doesn't seem like a circle. Let me just adjust it. Actually, it is going to be a semicircle for you. This app particularly doesn't let you draw a semicircle, so I am going to draw a circle and then convert it into a semicircle. You can just use your compass and draw a semicircle right away. Okay, just doing some cleaning up. Yeah, okay, so this is the semicircles that you have got. Now after this, what you're going to do is you're going to draw a perpendicular line starting with A, and that is going to be perpendicular to OB. Okay, so this is A and this is going to be your perpendicular line. Okay, and it obviously is perpendicular to OB. Okay, now let us mark this point as D. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to take this point A, you're going to place your compass here, you are going to measure AD and you are going to cut an arc with this line. Okay, you are going to measure AD and cut an arc here. So let me just use blue color for that. Okay, now we have measured AD. Let me just write A here. Okay, so this is A. This point is A, this point is B, this one is C, and this one is O. Okay. Now you have measured AD and you have cut a line in the number line. Okay, right? Now this value is going to be your root of 9.3. This is going to be root of 9.3. Now, so with it, if you have to construct it as a number line, this A should be your 0 and this should be your, and this point is your root of 9.3. Okay, and that would be your number line, and this O that we initially marked, that would be minus 9.3. Okay, so this is how you represent root of 9.3 in a number line. Let me just recap you the entire procedure. You are going to draw a line first. You are going to mark a point and you are going to measure 9.3 centimeters from there. You are going to mark another point there, and now then you are going to mark another point 1 centimeter from it. Now so far we have 3 points. One is at 0, O, and another one is at 9.3 centimeters. Another one is at 1 centimeter from that point. Okay, we have 3 points now. Now you are going to take this farthest 2 points, that is O and B, and you are going to find a midpoint for that, and that is going to be C. Now with that found, you are going to take this as radius and you are going to draw a semicircle with C as its center. Okay, with C as its center, with OC as its radius, you are going to draw a semicircle. Okay, now right from A, you are going to draw a perpendicular line which is perpendicular to OB. Okay, now after doing that, you are going to, you are going to measure using your compass the measurement of OD and you are going to cut an arc at the line. and that gives you this arc is going to be exactly root of 9.3. The length of this arc is going to be root of 9.3, and since that is root of 9.3, this has to be the origin, right? So this is how you represent root of 9.3 in the number line. Okay, so I hope you got this. I know it is a lot to take in, but if you try to construct it, actually you will understand it very easily. There is nothing difficult here. So if you have any further questions, please feel free to put them in the comments. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next one. Bye for now.